Hey, Divine One. It's your girl, MSAWAYKIN. I am back. It's good to see you again. And I hope it's good for you to see me again. Now, on this Thankful Thoughtful Thursday, I want us to be thankful for the rejection for the sake of God's protection. See, a lot of people have a reason to make you feel lesser than who you are. Lesser than what God made you to be. Beautifully and wonderfully made in His image. Not man's, God's image. You understand? And because His spirit is so perfect, He also, too, made us perfect. Because we're made in His image. A lot of people, the sheeple and the sleeple, you understand? These people have a way of trying to make you dismantle who you are, what you have already received your resolve in. How you know God has already accepted you, whether or not man has or not. You understand? It's crazy how these people will really try to come up with all of these stumbling blocks, if you will, and trying to create certain strongholds for you. But they don't know how well you are in alchemizing to turn that into positivity, transmuting it into something more productive. They don't know what you really possess, what you really told spiritually, as I said once before. They don't know how big that baby is. They don't know how big God's burden is, and they don't seek the law first. They don't seek first the kingdom of heaven. So all those things can be added on to them. They are unaware of those things. They know how to do things in the 3D. Everything is third dimensional to them. And the reason why they come up against you the way they do, make you dismantle your assurance in being who you know you are, is because they know if somebody came up against them, they know that they would buckle at the drop of a dime. So they thought it would work on you too, because they thought of you also as three-dimensional. And yes, you are a third-dimensional being. You know, your physical being, the physical world, that's all third-dimensional. But the spirit realm, your spirit is something much deeper. It's a peace that surpasses all understanding. And these beings don't seem to understand the peace that they can too possess that surpasses all understanding. You don't need validation for people. That's for parking. You don't need approval from people. Approval is for applications. They're not for man. That is something that you will only get from God when you're walking down the right path, when you staying on the straight and narrow, when you're focused and you become your number one star player, your number one cheerleader, and only giving people your energy when God tells you to, because you know that this person is divinely connected to your life path. Even if God already informed you, they're going to come up against you. Eventually, they're going to realize who you really are, and they're going to start hating you. Eventually, they're going to start copycatting you. Eventually, they're going to sit there and act like you don't have anything to offer, yet they're going to do exactly what you do and do it in silence and act like they got it from themselves. They're going to act like they took themselves to the threshing floor, and they're going to use everything that you have given them. But they never will give you a hand clap. They never will give you a pat on the back. They won't even say thank you for teaching me this, for exposing me to that, to allowing me to see this better, to seeing things from a different dimension, from seeing things from another viewpoint. They would never thank you, but that don't mean that you, Divine One, don't get to thank them. That don't mean that you, Divine One, don't get to forgive them. Because you know, whenever you love on someone, it's not because they love you. Because that's not where your reward resides. Your reward does not reside in loving people that love you. Your reward resides in loving people that don't love you. Your reward resides in loving people that actually despise and deceive you. Okay? That spitefully use you. Okay? Your reward resides in people that you transmute that negativity into positivity. That's where your reward resides. You see what I'm saying? That's why the word says, don't think of people to just look at you and say, oh, man of good. Because in that moment, you already got your reward. You need nothing else when you got your reward from the things of the third dimensional. Because Ephesians 6:12 says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers and rulers of the darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness that dwell in high places. You understand? So therefore, Ephesians 6:10, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Be able to come up against all of those wickedness, all of that darkness. You are well aware, Divine One, of who you are in God and who you are in the Holy Trinity. You understand your spiritual ranking. So keep pressing forward, keep pushing forward, and just be thankful that they thought of you so much. They thought so highly of you that they saw it fit to use what they knew about you against you. Be thankful on this Thoughtful Thankful Thursday. You understand? Sometimes you got to be thankful for the rejection. Because when you are rejection, listen to me now. When you are thankful for rejection, nothing bothers you. Nothing ruffles your feathers. And you don't take anything personally. When you become thankful for people's rejection, for people's negativity, and for people for casting on the spirit of illegitimacy, it helps you better transmute things into positivity. It helps you better understand things in the spirit realm and understanding truly where your place is. It empowers you to understand, I am here for God. For Matthew 5:11 says, don't forget that. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall speak all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. That's Jesus's words. That's one of the many beatitudes that he said on the mountain after he was tempted by the devil, those 3 times. And Matthew 5:11 was one of those beatitudes. So I'm just here to help you understand how to have a becoming of a particular attitude, because that's what a beatitude is. It's becoming of an attitude, okay? It's an attitude that we all ought to aspire to. And understanding not to take everything so personally, you understand? Even in Matthew, the word says, I have sent you out as sheep among wolves. Therefore, be as shrewd as snakes and innocent as doves. You're still blameless. You're still blameless. Nothing is actually going to stick concerning these people falsified perceptions of you. You understand? It's never going to stick. Because the people that they speak these words to, speak all of this casting on the spirit of illegitimacy to, all of this negativity to, even the things that you actually could have done. If it was in your past, the fact is you're not doing it now, so there's really no proof now, is it? And that's what people cannot stand. So they just keep trying and trying another angle and trying and going another route and trying and taking a detour and trying, and just to realize none of that is not only not working, but all of that is going back to sender. My God, today, everything that these people used up against you is going right back to sender. You know how you know it's going back to sender and who's doing these things? When you pray, you sacrifice, you meditate, okay, and you fast. You understand? You pray your supplicated prayer, and before you look up again, you see this person is sick. That person lost an excessive amount of weight. That person all of a sudden is in the hospital. That person, that's how you know who's coming up against you, Divine One. That's exactly how you know. Don't feel good about it, but think about that in a way to be thankful that they did not get you where they wanted you. That makes sense? Don't be happy that other people are sick. I would never tell you to be happy for someone else's shortcomings or someone else's downfall, somebody else's demise. I would never encourage that. But I will encourage you to actually see things for what they are. When you hear it quack, you got to say it's a duck. You understand? When you see somebody throwing out a spade, you got to say that's a spade. You understand what I'm saying? Let's not deprive ourselves of further elevation and learning and spiritual awakening, or because we have a particular heart for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is this: when people come up against you in a particular way, it's an opportunity for you to take a step back and realize, I wonder if they did it because of this. I wonder if they did it because of that. Well, whether you know what they did it for or not, it's every opportunity to think, I can allow them to have control over me, or I could transmute this into positivity and show them who I truly am in God. What God really truly made me to be and become. How he actually truly made me. how I have actually been created in his image, and how I am well aware of that here and now in my particular season in life. You'd be surprised how you can transmute all of that into positivity. Still love them anyway, but still being aware. I saw that you was coming up against me, because God is going to reveal it to you. I'm telling you what I know now. God is going to reveal that thing to you, and before you know it, you're going to be able to humble yourself. Not come to them and say, I told you so. But you'll come to them and humble yourself and love them anyway. Because God is in your heart. It's the God in you. And it's the God in me that allows us to do things that are fulfilling the things of God. And some people don't understand that, because once again, they're still conscious only to the 3D, to the third dimensional, to the physical realm. They're not aware of the spiritual. And you become that example when you transmute all of that negativity into positivity, and you love on them anyway, despite what they tried to do to you. Because at the end of the day, when you do the right thing by yourself, and you're aware of the flying monkeys and the minions that the devil has casted out into the earth to use as a host, just to come up against you, the divine one that God has created in his image and beautifully and wonderfully made. Once you realize that, you have to come to a realization. If I allowed you to control me, that if I allowed you to control me, I would then allow you to set my destiny. I will allow you to control my future. I will allow you to gatekeep my elevation. And because I have to concern myself with whether it's going to be me or it's going to be you, I am thankful for the fact that it's you. I'm not happy, but I'm thankful that it's you. Because if it wasn't you, you wouldn't have been the one that was trying to cast on the spirit of illegitimacy on me. You wouldn't have been the one that was so afraid of the judgment that you had the authority to call. And that's what most people are afraid of. They're afraid of the judgment that you have the authority to call on. Some people, that's why they want to shut you up. They want to put a muzzle over you. They want to keep you hiding in plain sight. Let everybody see you, but not everybody notice you. Just enough for people to see you now. Hear what I'm saying? They want people to have just enough vision to see you, but not have enough spiritual understanding and seeing abilities to notice you. And if somebody cannot notice you, these beings know that if they can't notice you, they can't value you. And if they can't value you, they will misuse you every single time and every single turn. So on this Thankful Thoughtful Thursday, be thankful, rejoice in the rejection for the sake of God's protection. That's all I wanted to share with you all today. And I truly hope that blessed you as much as pondering all of those things blesses me. And if we do not remember the acronym, it is ancestry, worth, acclimate, yield, kinship, I love you, and never judging. I love every single one of you. God bless you and God keep you.